An ad made to be played out on traditional radio stations could be the last thing a podcast listener wants to hear. And in the next few minutes, we'll be touching on the importance of adaptation. This is Tripod, an essential guide to audio advertising from specialist audio agency Trisonic. I'm its co-founder Matt Hopper, and with my guests, creative consultant Kieran Murphy and creative head at BBC Creative Debbie Dillon, we'll be asking, change for change's sake? We've spoken about, we've touched on using different channels for to promote a product or a service. What about within audio itself? We have podcasting, we have linear radio, we have digital audio. Is it okay to use the same copy everywhere?
No, it could be, but at a stretch, because listeners consume these channels in very different ways. As you said, 85% of podcasts are listened to on headphones. It varies where people listen to broadcast radio. Sometimes it's in the car, sometimes they're in a busy office, sometimes they're in their kitchen listening on the smart speaker. How we consume these messages, in what situations we consume them, will affect the best way to communicate with people. So in a podcast, you need to be more intimate. Audio is an intimate medium, but with podcasts and headphones and people are leaning in effectively, you can be a lot more intimate and almost conspiratorial if you want. You don't shout at people, whereas on broadcast radio, you've got to cut above the noise of what's going on when they're playing back-to-back hits and playing all those ads and people are shouting at you. It's a completely different situation.
And sometimes it may need a different script, may it? But sometimes not. I mean, sometimes it may be as simple as in the recording session getting 2 reads from the voiceover, one for linear radio, which punches through a bit more, and one more intimate for podcasts or digital audio.
Yeah, or you might be adapting work from another medium, be it television or online. Sound like a broken record. That is often the case. Adapting what's already been shaped, but putting it in that new medium, like treating it how it should be, giving it the reverence that it deserves. And that's not to sort of kill the big shiny thing, but it's just to kind of make that work in a different context.
Yeah, and as you say, it might just be a different delivery. It might be that you have different processing, different treatment of your music.
Yeah, different mixes.
Mixes. And that can be very cost effective, obviously, because you're only really doing it once. You're just doing different versions. But yes, you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
With AI playing an increasingly prominent role in our everyday lives, is there a place for it in audio creative? We'll be discussing that and hearing an ad created entirely by AI in our last episode in this series. To make sure you get that and to hear all future episodes, don't forget to follow or subscribe. And for more info about audio advertising, pop over to trisonic.co.uk.